Hey everybody, and welcome to my in5 series where I cover a topic in about 5 minutes. We've got a message from Yummy Fruit Sauce who saw my video kind of showing how to use the SP404 Mark II with the OPXY and just said, hey, they both look cool. Which would you suggest? And I honestly am going to have to say, I have no idea. It depends on where you are with music instruments, what you have for other gear, how knowledgeable you are about playing things. I got a few different things here though, just because I figured it's worth from time to time just helping people out to think through things. But first up, uh, Yummy did call out that the OPXY is very expensive. It is ridiculously expensive. You're really paying for the convenience of having something at that size, but there are a lot of trade-offs. And the biggest one is the sampler. This it does not have the sampler is good, and I hope that they can get it to great. But it also, if I understand correctly, has about a 64 megabyte maximum for how many samples you can work on in a given project. And that's like about 5 minutes of audio. Sounds like a lot, but if you're working with stems or other things, that memory will go very, 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 very quickly. So if you have projects that are of a certain type, you're not going to probably want the OPXY. The OPXY is also pretty terrible about exporting audio. Um, You'll have to go through and manually mute things to mute each track and then export it out. And it also only has 8 tracks, and I think it's caps out at 24 notes of polyphony, so it can only play up to 24 sounds at the same time. On the flip side, for what you can get for the SP404 Mark II here, you have a device that is like a super competent and capable and very fast sampler. It can also have each sample pad here can record up to 16 minutes, not megabytes, 16 minutes of audio, which allows you to actually do things like work with stems in a way that you absolutely cannot use on the OPXY. So I think like they're really both very different use cases. Um, but I would say, if it's just one or the other, OPXY, if you really want to get into sequencer programming and doing very complex work with limited samples, absolutely go for the OPXY. It is great for taking and breaking down patterns and programming them in, and it's got some really good pattern effects that you can do that some people will say start to sound kind of samey. On the other hand, really quick to work with, very powerful for just arranging and putting stuff together. Just hard to get it out once you're kind of in the OPXY setup and working with it. On the other hand, SP404 Mark II, I would say again, very competent, very great at sampling. It's got a what I would say kind of almost like a best of effects. It's got over 40 effects in it that you can run up to 5 together at the same time and do a lot of really cool stuff with it. The resampling is great and allows you to just kind of keep building and building and building and going forward. On the other hand, though, the SP404 Mark II, its sequencer is very bare bones. If you're looking to get into doing very complicated programming or having it switch up and do things, you're not going to be able to do that. Like it has one track and that is where everything goes. You can't have multiple tracks running at different speeds or playing different pattern links or things. You're just kind of if you want to do that, you have to do all that work by hand manually, which can be kind of a bummer. I also have here. I just grabbed the Roland P-6. If you're looking for something that you can just kind of play with and get a sense for if you like the sounds of it or not, P6 is great. This is a couple $100. I think it's like 250 now or something. But the sequencer on this isn't perfect, but it is much better than what you can get on the SP404 Mark II if you're looking to have the ability to program in at least some effects per step. You can do it. It also has this chromatic keyboard here on the bottom. It's got a granular synth, and it allows you to kind of make a lot of sounds. Flip side, though, memory constraints on this are 3 seconds per pad if you're in stereo, 6 seconds per pad if you're in mono, and the only way that you can get more up to almost 24 seconds is by reducing the sample quality of what you have per pad. So that can be a real bummer if you are trying to do like looping or other things that you can certainly do much better on the SP404 Mark II and to some extent better on the OPXY. Dirtywave M8 I've got over here. I would say that's something that if you're really into programming and want to get very deep on it, it has also an excellent sequencer, a lot of really great, I'll say step effects is like the best way to kind of put it. Like per step, you can do some different things. Got a really good set of synthesizers in it that you can do things. But these sets of effects, like traditional effects, like delay and reverb, it's got delay, reverb, and chorus, and that's about it. Whereas on the again, you have like 40 effects on the SP404 Mark II. I don't know. I don't have a count on the OPXY, but it's not at 40. It's like you got a delay, reverb, chorus, flanger, and like a few other things. There's like 8 or 10 ish, plus like low pass filters and some other stuff. A couple other things you might want to look at. Ableton Move. It's a little bit pricey in the space. It's like compared to the P6 here. It's in the space of what you'd pay for an SP404 Mark II. Does give you Ableton Live integration and works quite well. So if you're looking for something that will get you the ability to just kind of play things, chop them up, get the step effects, and then kind of offload directly into Ableton Live to go work with, or maybe Ableton Note if you want to just push it to your phone or iPad. Pretty good. I would say like the synthesizer ability, the sampling ability on it, like a pretty good price to performance for what you kind of get out of it. So, I mean, for me personally, something that's brand new, I wouldn't really suggest starting with the OPXY. I think it's a very large investment for something that you don't know if you're going to get the value for money out of it. Whereas the SP404 Mark II, resale values usually pretty good. You can get them used, and frequently they're still working pretty well. You can get parts for them if you need to replace anything. Don't have to send it out of the country if you're in the U.S. To get stuff for it. I've had to the OP1 field I've had to send out a few times, and it can just get a little pricey to get repairs done on it. So, just I guess things to consider and think about. But honestly, you can make music with anything. So whatever you think you're going to be passionate about, stick with and work with for quite a while. I would say just pick it up and give it the best try that you can. And if you're at least a little bit on the fence, go use so that you don't lose so much money when you decide to go sell it or resell it, or find somebody that's got a good return policy so you can maybe send it back in 30 days if you're like, didn't work for me. Anyway, thanks for the question. Everybody else, thanks for stopping by. Keep making music, keep having fun. Remember, if it sounds good, it is good. And peace.